There comes a moment, quiet, almost unexplainable, when everything that used to make sense suddenly doesn't. You wake up one day and something feels different. Not dramatic, not loud, just different. You look around at your life, the same walls, the same faces, the same routines, and yet it all feels slightly unfamiliar, as if you've shifted timelines in the middle of the night. And deep within you, something is moving. The way you see the world is changing. The way you see yourself is changing. The way you tolerate, accept, and desire is changing. And while it may feel like everything is falling apart, what's actually happening is far more sacred than destruction. Your old life is making space for your true one. This is that moment. And this is the message you were meant to hear before everything changes forever. Maybe you've noticed it lately. You don't feel as connected to the same people anymore. Conversations that once felt effortless now feel forced. The routines that once gave you comfort now feel mechanical. Even the dreams you worked so hard for don't spark the same fire inside your chest. Things that used to excite you now feel strangely empty. Crowds feel louder. Silence feels heavier. Your thoughts feel deeper. And you've been trying, haven't you? Trying to hold on. Trying to make it feel like it used to. Trying to convince yourself that nothing is changing. But no matter how tightly you grip the past, it keeps slipping through your fingers. Here's the truth. You are not losing yourself. Your soul is outgrowing this chapter. There is a difference. If you're hearing these words right now, it's not random. It's not coincidence. It's alignment. Something inside you is ready. The universe is preparing you for an awakening. One that will transform how you experience life at its core. But before transformation comes dismantling, before alignment comes disruption, before clarity comes confusion, everything that isn't aligned with who you're becoming must loosen its grip. That's why you've been feeling lost, detached, uncertain. You're not broken, you're breaking open, and breaking open is sacred work. In this space, we need to talk about what's really happening. Because once you understand it, you will never look at your struggles the same way again. At some point on the path of awakening, the life you built from your old identity begins to dissolve. The friendships that once felt easy begin to fade quietly into memory. The goals that once motivated you lose their spark. The habits that once defined you no longer feel authentic. And somewhere deep inside, you sense it. Something far bigger than you is rearranging your life. But here's the part no one talks about. Rearranging feels like losing. It feels like standing in the middle of your own life, watching the structure you carefully built begin to crumble, with no clear blueprint for what comes next. Most people call this a breakdown, but you are being rebuilt. The universe removes the things you once relied on so you can learn to rely on something deeper. Truth, authenticity, alignment, inner knowing. You are being stripped down because the version of you that's meant to step into your next chapter cannot carry the weight of who you used to be. Old masks, old fears, old compromises, old identities. They're too heavy. So if it feels like you're standing in the middle of your life, watching everything fall apart, consider this. Maybe it's not falling apart. Maybe it's falling into place. Awakening is rarely glamorous. It's not all light and bliss and instant clarity. It's lonely. It's quiet. It's deeply introspective. You start seeing through illusions, not just in the world, but within yourself. You begin noticing how much of your life was built on pleasing others, on seeking approval, on fitting into a role you thought you were supposed to play. You realize how often you shrank yourself to be accepted, and that realization can sting, because while you are awakening, the world around you might still be asleep. You start speaking differently, thinking differently, feeling differently, and suddenly it feels like you no longer belong anywhere. But here's the deeper truth. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to remember who you are. Isolation is not abandonment, it's incubation. When seeds grow, they grow underground first, in darkness, in silence, in solitude. You are not being separated from the world. You are being attuned to a higher frequency. one that will eventually attract a new world, a new tribe, a new reality that matches who you truly are. You are not crazy. You are not lost. You are waking up. Every tear you've cried, every ending you've mourned, every sleepless night where your mind wouldn't quiet down. It's all part of your initiation. You are being prepared to hold more love than before. Not the fragile kind that depends on validation, not the anxious kind that fears loss, but a steady, grounded love, the kind that begins within you and overflows outward. You are being prepared to hold more truth than before. Truth about who you are, truth about what you deserve, truth about what no longer aligns with your spirit. You are being prepared to hold more awareness than before, awareness of your patterns, your power, your purpose, and even if no one around you understands it yet, your soul does. Your soul has always known. You came here to remember, to peel back the layers, to unlearn the conditioning, to release the masks. And right now, whether it feels graceful or messy, you are remembering. Every awakening requires a death, not a physical one, but a spiritual one. The death of the old self, the outdated identity, the version of you that survived but never truly thrived. You cannot step into your higher purpose while clinging to what your lower self created. You cannot receive from your future while gripping the comfort of your past. That's why so many things seem to end before something new begins. Your job may shift. Your relationships may change. Your plans may unravel in ways you never expected. But understand this, they served a version of you that no longer exists. And the grief you feel, that grief is sacred. It is not weakness. It is not regression. It is not failure. It is the emotional bridge between who you were and who you're becoming. Honor it. Feel it. Let it move through you without judgment. Cry if you need to. Rest if you need to. Withdraw if you need to. Because the moment you stop fighting the change, the moment you surrender instead of resist, something miraculous begins to unfold. Underneath the chaos, you start to sense a quiet peace. Not loud, not dramatic, but steady. A subtle knowing, a whisper within your chest that says you are being guided. And you are. Every painful moment, every closed door, every unexpected redirection, it was alignment in disguise. You were never abandoned. You were never forgotten. You were never off track. You were being prepared. What if this isn't the end? What if this is the doorway to everything you've ever asked for? Disguised as loss, disguised as discomfort, disguised as uncertainty. Before your new life begins, the universe tests your readiness. It sends doubt, not to discourage you, but to strengthen your faith. It closes doors, not to block you, but to redirect your path towards something better suited for your growth. It challenges you, not to break you, but to show you how unbreakable you've become. The old version of you chased validation. The new version of you attracts alignment. The old version forced outcomes. The new version flows with divine timing. The old version begged for clarity. The new version trusts the unfolding. Everything you are experiencing right now is cosmic preparation. You are not stuck. You are not behind. You are not late. You are standing at the threshold of your new life. Right now. Pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Feel how far you've come. Not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. Even when you thought you weren't moving, you were evolving internally. Even when you thought nothing was changing, everything was rearranging beneath the surface. The version of you reading this has walked through fire. You've carried silent battles. You've held emotions you didn't know how to name. You've survived nights that felt endless. And yet, you are still here, wiser, softer, stronger, more self-aware. That's not coincidence. That is destiny unfolding through you. The universe is not asking you to understand every detail. It's not demanding that you have the full blueprint. It's asking you to trust that what's being removed was never meant to stay, to trust that what's arriving will match your expansion, to trust that what's unfolding is happening for you, not to you. And if, while reading this, something inside you felt seen, If a quiet voice within whispered, "This is for me," that's not random. That's resonance. That's recognition. That's your higher self nodding in agreement. So before your life changes forever, remember this. The universe never takes without giving back something infinitely greater. Every loss is a clearing. Every ending is an invitation. Every pause is preparation. Every delay is divine timing recalibrating your path. You are stepping into alignment, into truth, into emotional maturity, into the life that reflects who you truly are, not who you were taught to be. And if this message found you at exactly the right moment, if you didn't search for it, but somehow it found you, if your heart feels both tender and hopeful at the same time, soft from everything you've endured, yet quietly excited for what's ahead, then maybe you already know. This isn't random. This isn't coincidence. This is alignment. You are ready. Ready to release what no longer serves you. Not with anger, not with bitterness, but with understanding. Ready to loosen your grip on what once felt necessary, but now feels heavy. Ready to thank the past for its lessons and gently set it down. Ready to trust what you cannot yet see, to move forward without having every answer, to take the next step without needing the entire staircase illuminated. Ready to rise beyond your old limitations, the ones built from fear, from doubt, from stories you inherited but never consciously chose. Ready to outgrow the version of you that played small just to feel safe. Ready to step fully into your new life. Not halfway, not cautiously dipping a toe in, but fully. And as more of us awaken, as more of us choose truth over comfort, growth over familiarity, alignment over approval, something powerful begins to happen. We don't just transform individually, we shift collectively. We rise consciously. We create a ripple that extends far beyond ourselves, into our families, our friendships, our communities, into conversations we haven't even had yet, into people we haven't even met yet. Because when one soul remembers who they are, it gives others permission to do the same. When one person chooses healing, it disrupts generations of silence. When one person chooses authenticity, it challenges a culture of pretending. When one person chooses courage, it weakens the grip of fear for everyone watching. Your awakening is not selfish, it is service. And maybe that's why this feels so significant. Maybe that's why something inside you feels stirred, activated, almost emotional reading these words. If, deep down, a quiet voice within you is whispering, "This is for me," don't ignore that. That whisper is recognition. That whisper is your higher self stepping forward. In fact, pause for a moment and notice your reaction. The subtle shift in your chest, the stillness in your mind, the sense that something is clicking into place. That's not by accident. Sometimes the most powerful declaration you can make isn't loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's simply acknowledging, even to yourself, "This is for me." And when you claim it, when you own it, something begins to move. Energy shifts. Decisions become clearer. Boundaries become stronger. Faith becomes steadier. And maybe, just maybe, this was always the moment you were preparing for. All the confusion, all the heartbreak, all the waiting, all the growth you couldn't see while it was happening. It was leading here, to this version of you. More aware, more intentional, more aligned. You are not becoming someone new. You are returning to who you've always been beneath the noise. And this time, you're not shrinking back. This time, you're not apologizing for your evolution. This time, you're stepping forward. Consciously, courageously, completely. So if you feel it, if something inside you knows, then trust that. The door isn't someday. The shift isn't years away. The moment is now, and you are ready.